Good morning, everybody. I'm happy to have my talk after Ram's talk because he talked to us about failed back. I am a general orthopedic surgeon practicing everything in orthopedics, including joint replacement, spine, and everything. What I learned the way Ram said, I also learned some 15 years back that doing surgery on a lower back is not as easy as one would think of. And we do have sometimes problems with that. So I just thought about, went into the literature and found out about the anatomy and everything. And then I thought we should have a way out in conservative treatment. This is my own innovation. See, before I talk about my innovation, let us understand the pathology of and pathoanatomy of disc. As we all know, the disc contracts on loading, leading to loss of fluid, water through end plates, and it expands back when it is unloaded, and it revives the fluid whatever it has lost. If this continues, then probably there won't be any degeneration, which gives you a problem. So what leads to a degeneration which is painful? Reduced nutrition of intervertebral disc due to reduced diffusion through the end plates, due to reduced expansion on unloading. It should expand back, but it does not expand. So it is a reduced expansion of this space on unloading due to reduced water content. This is a basic pathology and pathoanatomy of disc, degenerated disc. Then there are certain changes which occur in the degenerative lumbar spine disorder. These are the structural changes. Earlier I said about the physiological changes. Now I'm talking about structural changes, what we come across. The reasons about this I'll talk to you later. But when we consider lower back, we must consider lumbar spine and pelvis and sacrum also. So what we see in the structural changes is laxity of abdominals, extensors and extensors of hip. We see the shortening of extensors of back, hamstrings, iliopsoas, rectus femoris. And this happens progressively increasing, what I said, during all the three stages of degeneration, that is namely, first stage is dysfunction, the second is instability, and the third is stenosis. So what is lumbar spine dissection exercise? It's an exercise, simple looking exercise, though it is not as simple as one might think and see from the video I'm going to show you. It actually, it improves the nutrition of disc by increasing the expansion of disc space, thereby improving the diffusion through the end plate by creating a dissection between the lumbar vertebrae. And there is also a tactful correction of associated structural changes like tight hamstrings, extensors, buckling of ligament flavum. We also see the contraction of interspinous ligament. These are the structural changes we see in a degenerative lumbar spine disorder. So this is how it is being done. I'll show you second video if does not help you. See, this simple looking exercise, it's not simple. I'll show you more. This is how patient has to do as much as he can do. This is an animation which we have created, what it really does inside the lumbar spine. See it closely, it is more effective in the lower lumbar region. This is what it leads to. Stretching of iliopsoas and erector spinae. Okay, now this is the geometrical explanation which I innovated from this drawing only. That the vertical line, what you see is the head portion of a human being. What you see, this the left side is actually upper limbs. This is what you see is the whole of the back. And this is what you see, this round, this is a contracted lumbar spine. So when you try to stretch it, you know, this actually showing the two sides which is making angle on the side. When you try to make it straight, you will always find a dissection. So we have done a study about 14 years back, and it was a level 4 study because it was a case series. We had included all type of patients, including very bad, those who were declared candidates for the surgery also. And out of all those 100 patients who had improved significantly, we were selected 20 patients, those who were actually recommended surgery, to see what is actually objectively happening there. Jungle mein moor nacha kisne dekha? So we went for a hamara study. We are thankful to the MRI center, it did not charge for it. What we found was clinical relief of more than 30% in 80 patients within 3 weeks out of 100 patients. This improvement continued on average of 70% by 8 weeks. And it was absolutely satisfactory. Patient had to continue. He said, I cannot do without doing this exercise, but I am fine. So 90% I would say at average follow-up 9 months. What we have found in MRI, I will show you that increase in size of canal average of 1.3 mm. That is about 15% of the size, actual size at 6 months. Increasing interspinous distance, that is really stretching of interspinous ligament. We have seen decompression of all nerve roots, improvement in intervertebral angle, increase in the whiteness of the affected intervertebral disc, that is improved hydration of disc. And we had a patient who had a smaller nodule, we found a regression of smaller nodule. So these are the MRI. I'll show you some 3 MRIs I have brought. See, this is pre-op. Look at the intervertebral angle. Look at this, the size of canal, here size of canal, interspinous ligament, you hardly visualize. Now this is after 1 month, increase in intervertebral angle, increase in the distance. Again, you see this interspinous ligament, now you can visualize very well, which was not because it was contracted. Same patient at 3 months, we see really improvement in the spinal canal. The same patient in the transverse section, coronal section, before surgery, before treatment, up to 1 month, after 3 months. Now another patient, this patient, a young boy, 25 years old, he came all the way from USA for the surgery. He was brought by one of my patients who was operated by me for lumbar spine problem. Now then when I said, why not to try, because I can relieve your pain, but I cannot give you a function back. And he was working as a laborer in US. And he was removed from his job. So this is what we found before treatment. This is at 5 months. He stayed here for 6 months. What do you found? Now these are the coronal section. I'll show you the same patient. Look at his preoperative MRI. Look at the bulge. Look at the interspinous ligament. Now look at this, increased whiteness of the disc. Look at this, the reduced bulge. You can appreciate interspinous space now. Now I asked him to send me a testimonial that how you're feeling about it. He said, instead of my writing to you something, I'll show you what I have been given by employer that I have removed from the services. And when I joined WEG, I was allowed to work, not only work, but he was allowed to lift 25 pounds weight. So the company has decided you will be eligible for overtime while you are covered by the long-term work compensation program. He said there cannot be a better compensation than this because I got my job back. The another patient, you see this same, it's badly compressed canal. What you see is real improvement. So now coming to that what we have been doing, we have been advising to our patients is flexion program of Williams or McKenzie and all. They don't help because flexion program of Williams only helps in improving the power of abdominals. And McKenzie again, though they claim that it elongates the intervertebral space. So McKenzie did realize if you can elongate spine, probably patient may have improvement, but actually it increases the contraction of extensors of spine. So it does not actually, it has been correct in the basic pathology, our lumbar spine dissection exercise, and it also improves how, let us see this. Now how the structure changes occur, I'll tell you that. Say there is a transmission of load posteriorly more on facet joints in presence of advanced degeneration. These leads to facet joint synovitis and increased lordosis earlier in dysfunction stage. Secondly, many patients of lumbar degenerative disc disease tend to have weak abdominals, as we know. Now to counter that increased extension of lumbar spine and in presence of lax abdominals, iliopsoas get contracted from below. These lead to increased anterior rotation of pelvis. To prevent this anterior rotation of pelvis, hamstring contract from below at ischial tuberosity. So now strengthening of abdominals alone cannot really help these short-term muscles. And as I said, McKenzie does not help. So how it helps? Our lumbar spine dissection exercise. Because of the attachment of iliacus on the anterior part of innominate bone and the origin of hamstrings on the ischial tuberosity, there is a traction effect on pelvis, and that way on lower lumbar spine. And in presence of counter-traction effect in upper part of spine by stabilization of foot portion, due to shoulders holding on the fit tightly, this creates traction and counter creates most effective at lumbosacral spine. This also corrects the counter nutation, anterior rotation of innominate bones, and anterior glide of what you call it is anterior rotation of pelvis with anterior glide of sacrum is counter nutation. This leads to release in hamstring tightness also. So what are the conclusions? That it is really very effective. It distracts anterior as well as posterior column, as I've said. We have seen in between there was an interspinous distractor had come in, and now it has failed also because it distracts only the posterior part. It does not help in the anterior part, so it has failed. Again, the structural changes like hamstring, back extension, iliopsoas tightness plays a key role in increased load on intervertebral disc and reduced incompressibility of disc. So a third trial of this exercise should be given, which I've been doing for last 15 years. To prevent a failed back also, one can try this. Should be given before surgery. I assure you all, you will find a good reduction of rate of surgery for decompression in such patient by almost 80%. And that also at any stage of degeneration, whether it is dysfunction or whether it is stenosis. These are the references. If time permits, I can give you some tricks into it, how to do it. I have got the videos. Okay, sir. Sure. Thank you.